Hello! This time around, I decided to do a gameplay. I mentioned this game before. It's called Little Witch in the Woods, and I thought I was gonna play it with you. However, I sort of messed up connections to voice recording, and I have to voice over. And I'm very sad because you can't hear all the wonderful music this game has. Essentially, I had to read through the previous quest because it's been a while since I played it and I forgot where I stopped. But I knew that I just opened a new area and I wanted to explore it with you guys because I have barely explored any of it. Before going to see the new area, I wanted to feed the cats. I really wanted to play with this cat too, but I don't think it was tame yet. So in this game you can tame the cats. You can learn their names, but otherwise we tend to run away from you if they're not ready to make that connection. So one of the ways to befriend them is leaving them goodies. I get lost very easily, so half the time I'm just wandering around trying to get where I should be. So in this time after restart, we wanted to get back to the new area, and by the time I got there, it's already like midday. And there is a time limit, otherwise you're gonna collapse, like in Stardew Valley, and it happens to me all the time because I get lost so much that I collapse all the time. But this is all the new area, and I am just re exploring all the pathways because I don't remember anything. I'm pretty much lost. And yes, I was like, oh, this is a new loot. I haven't seen this loot yet. It's a juicy lemon. And I thought these flowers do something, but so far nothing. So, and then I left through the entrance because I couldn't remember where it all connects and where it all goes. So I was sort of just re exploring all the pathways, but then I realized this is supposed to be a quick way home. So this is where we live. And then I was like, not quite ready to end the day and going back into the new area. To be honest, this game is just super adorable, and like every creature is just cute, and I really like there is no battle system at all, like no battling. Even if creature looks kind of scary, it tends to be just a friendly creature. Everyone is your friend. So here we are. I wanted to show you some creatures. I was also quite convinced there must be something inside this log because you can see like a flap sticking out. But then there is one creature, this one like a puppy. He kind of follows you, he tries to get the mushroom, and he has a little heart on it too. So he wants to play. And it also, to get the drop, you need to get it through the water. So it's really just guiding it through the water with this little mushroom. Yeah. And then later he drops, I believe it's either fluff or something of that kind. But yeah, this was kind of cute. Cute mechanic too. Yeah, here we go. If you did better job, you could get more fluff out. Oh, and there is these little like mice. They're very skittish, so it's really hard to catch them. And once again, I didn't quite remember how to catch them. But if you open the flower, they sometimes sleep inside the flowers, and this is the easiest time for me to actually like fluff their fur. I'm still very confused about some of the flowers. Also, I'm just trying to pick everything, and there's no space in my inventory. But I'm very confused about these flowers because if you saw one just literally like lit up, and I was like, there must be something about them. I can't believe they're just decorative. But I love how everything looks different at nighttime and daytime, and some flowers are glowing, and there's different mechanics. Some bugs, for example, can have only gather at night. So yeah, so the world changes completely. And there is this dirty doll we too afraid to touch, and this is where I stopped. And we need to clean it or something because we can't really touch it. And what I noticed that there is not really enough direction in this game. So even through this playthrough, I circled around quite a few times before I figured out what I need to do. And yeah, I'm just gathering from flowers and trying to figure out what kind of flowers I need because everything feels new. I thought that was a mushroom. This mushroom was something because I saw the question mark or the arrow, but it was actually just the shake of a tree. But I'm literally just gathering because all these ingredients are also new. Even Moso was confused about this barrier, and it says it has to like connect light to the generators, and I'm like, well, the light is going to the mushrooms and I don't know what is missing. And I felt like I just wondered so long trying to figure out what exactly connecting to their own generators mean. Essentially, the first day ended without me being able to achieve anything because I just wandered it through, and the timer was like pressuring me to get home. So, yeah, I basically just re explored the map and got back home and went straight to bed. Next day, I woke up invigorated, feeling like I can do it. But then I got a letter, and some weird blob appeared in my garden, and it ate my letter. So that was a change of pace. Essentially, we learned that it's a shapeshifter blob, and it turned into me, and I'm supposed to chase it. But this definitely ruined the plan of the day to conquer a new area and continue with the main quest. Then we went after it, and yeah, and we were chasing it, and it was just like dropping things. The sadness is that actually most of these drops disappeared. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to bump into the drops rather than trying to avoid them to actually get the actual drops, like actual loot coming out of it. Yeah, I am not very good with that kind of dexterity. And we did manage to get a few pieces of a pie out of his chase, so apparently the letter was from our good friend and he sent us pie. So I decided to break my plan and visit my good friend and, thank for a pie and all. Thank for thinking about me. See what's new. It seems that somewhere along the way, this blob turned into a quest. So actually, by talking to my friend, I completed the quest. But I really didn't know it was a quest. And we all should just take a moment and look how adorable my friend is. it's a fox, like a kitsune type fox. I really, really liked it. It's such a baby. So, one of my favorite parts in this is the journal because it keeps everything collected, and every single collection has a mini goal, and you slowly fill them in as well as you can draw new findings. So, it feels very engaging. And every time you find something new, it sort of fills out the page gradually, you see? Essentially, I got back home to read my letters. As we know, I didn't read my letter, distracted by a blob, and claim all my gifts, which is, it looks like tea. And I went back to my house and actually back to my witchcraft space, witchcraft, which is workplace. And I wanted to know if there is something new that I forgot that I can like make. A lot of times you use potions to find solutions. And again, because I had gathered some new flowers, I thought I can make new extracts and so on. And I was really just like looking for something new I can do with it. But then I was surprised finding that there's not a lot. So really, I think only one flower extract opened up. And then I was thought I'll look at the recipes. And in terms of recipes, we had a tender shower, which I thought, oh, okay, we can clean the doll. But then I noticed that there is not exactly the same extract. So I didn't know if it's still locked or is it, something else is going on. I wandered off into the wilderness again. And again, I was just trying to figure out what's going on. And after reviewing my journal, I realized that one of the quests for these hamsters is to irritate them. And, I like these research quests and filling those bars, so I tried to chase it and, irritate it, and I can see exclamation marks, so I hope that was the correct way. Basically, I see this game as some kind of respite where I can come and play with animals. It's just very cozy, and all the animals are so cute. And you can play with cats, you can play with mice, and there's little fluffy rabbits, and basically every little gathering is unique, and every little gathering is kind of cute. Keep in mind, I started late on the second day because of the blobby quest, but I basically ran around till it got dark and haven't really accomplished anything. Just try to reestablish, what are the connections to each direction, where each of these pathways go, what can I really do any different, and honestly, I was just as lost. So, exploring entire of these areas, picking more of flowers, hoping that something new will unlock, and maybe I'm just missing one little thing. So really was not getting anywhere. I like these lanterny flying things, and I was still not quite sure at this point what to use them for. So, I was like, can I attach it to a doll? Can it lift the doll? But really, nothing worked out. And yeah, I was just carrying it around. I stayed past midnight, and even though I wasn't so close from the entry, but I was so determined to get something achieved because otherwise the entire day was burnt and nothing changed. There is nothing new I discovered. So I was determined that I need to keep going and exploring entire map and making sure I'm not missing something very specific or peculiar, as well as kept picking lemons and things, whatever was on the way. The light starts blinking after midnight, telling you have to rush home now because otherwise bad things will happen. And I started rushing backwards because I really didn't want to waste any time or end up collapsed. I think on this day I might have made it. I think you have to get home before 2 a.m. So here we are. I did make it, but almost barely. On the third day, first thing I did was to consult a shop, thinking maybe I'm missing something. And then you know what? I discovered I'm missing a mixer, that I don't have a mixer. So I ended up buying a mixer. I think I had to sell something because I had not enough funds. Because I didn't end up doing the work quest or side quest for just funds. I ended up selling things. Also, the prettier designed things opened up. I think we keep changing it. I don't know if it's some sort of seasonal thing, but we keep changing different design objects. And to be honest, the first time their design objects opened, the first time there were new beds and new couches and shelves and so on, I spent a lot of money just buying whatever was available. So it is a bit quirky inside my witch's house because it's just some random fun items. So I set up the mixer in my workshop. Also, it's so big and clunky, and I didn't want to redo entire thing, so I wasn't sure where I can put it so I can still reach other objects. It's not pretty. I had no funds to get a pretty one. So I got the basic one, the starter one. And yes, this was the extract I was missing. Apparently, I need a mixer to mix ingredients that I had. After that was done, life could finally go on. I realized that this is all I needed for my thunder shower potion, and this is all I needed for my doll. While I spent, 2 days having no idea or direction, while I just needed to buy an item, which I feel like no one in a game tells you when you need to buy equipment, and you have to almost sort of figure it out. I'm not the type of person to buy equipment really. I'm hoping to get equipment from rewards of a quest and having guidance from people from the community telling me, you know what, you should get a mixer. But because I didn't get that, it took me forever to know what is the next step to actually be able to finish a quest. So I was, very happy to go back and finally have a direction and knowing what is the next step. And the next step was to, rain on the dirty doll, hoping that I can lift it up. I spent so long talking to the community, trying to find out what is the answer and that, how can I get to this item. So here we go. You get a little bar of potions. But everything confuses me that it only allows you 4 potions at a time. So in this area we have this new potion which wasn't in that bar before. So here we are, and we got this teddy bear. Yeah, and then we think that we can bring it to another creature that was sobbing and comforted with it. And then, I focused on the fourth day to all my energy to finally do some good. Except I didn't really quite remember where to go. So, as always, my memory, deceives me. So, we found the creature, but it sent us to collect the fluff because the doll was broken. So, we were like, okay, I'll fix it. We can fix everything. We are sort of scared of it, can fix everything, including the broken workshop and the broken town. And then we can fix, the crying character. And then we can fix the doll. So, we are a bit of a fixers, maybe. So we got all the fluff and we got back to this character and fixed the doll. And the sadness was that it asked me if I regret it, if I need to take time fixing it. And I thought, oh my god, is this gonna have consequences? Are we gonna break it even more? I was really, really concerned. But the creature looks kind of happy. So, we brought some smiles. And this is completely new area to go on this map. So again, at least a change. I think all I have been looking for was a change. What can be any different? So we followed the creature in, and I think we were inside of those mushrooms. So we were inside of one of the mushrooms, and we opened a new area within the area. And that was always exciting. I was just so excited to touch every single creature that I absolutely missed the puzzle here. I just really noticed there is a lot of new flowers, new creatures, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? I need to catch this. Oh my god, what is this? I need to touch this. So that's what I did. And because each of the creatures, you have a unique way you interact with them, or unique way you actually catch them, or like get the loot and the drop from. I was trying to explore them. Oh yeah, and you can also draw the creatures and add them into the book. So, when you look at the book, then they will tell you exactly how each of them is gathered. And yeah, it was actually with a pickaxe. This was a mole of a kind. And it was with a pickaxe. I was just really, really bad at hitting it. So, half the time I missed it. Drop some kind of a crystally looking things. So that was one, and then I kept going and trying to, get more things. Also, my bag was, I'm pretty sure, too full at some point because people keep sending me food, and I'm not really eating it. So also drawing all of them was part of what I wanted to do. So I would get them into my books as well. Okay, so I learned that this particular flower I wasn't able to pick because it needs to be picked when it's bloomed. So that's why just the leaves did nothing for me. And, I tried different tools because I was very confused. So yeah, and that's the fun thing because each of them has their own instruction and their own way to pick it. Right? And when I went after this raccoon, and that raccoon tends to drop you. So, I was trying to get the raccoon's picture, spending some time with animals and trying to touch everything new. So in this area, I think I already had the lizard, the mole, the one with the crystal head is a mole, and you really like, what kind of people would think of pickaxing an animal? But then this raccoon, yeah, so that's why I wanted to put it in my books too. Kind of a cute looking baby. Point is that I spent a really long time chasing animals around, that I finally found a footprints that we followed of a creature that we had a doll, and we finally found our way where we needed to go. And the biggest worry was that I noticed that the time is getting late, and I will be close to the collapse again. And yeah, there's another door in, and when we see this little baby playing with the key as well as with his doll. Did we really need the key, or did we just want it because it had it? And the key in the game always a good thing, isn't it? I think in my case I was like, I just want it because it's a key. Basically, I got distracted and started exploring this new area of an area, and kind of stopped thinking about creature too much and wanted to see what else is around because I haven't been in this particular section. And most importantly, I found a treasure chest, and I think that was the most important part for me because, how can you bypass a treasure chest? So here we are. I think I saw this treasure chest somewhere before and I just wanted to get to it. And then I realized the 2D perspective is tricking me. It took me a while to realize that because I thought I could get there with a lift, but it's actually was just under. And because of the distractions, timer started ticking again. And this was terrifying because I'm in a new location. I know no quick ways to go back. And the seller who sold me a mixer, the shop that sold me a mixer basically has a ticket where you can get back from any location. And I here is starting to realize the impending doom and that those tickets are really needed because there is no way to go back very quickly as it took me an entire day to get here, and I'm panicking. And then I collapse. And when I wake up with a penalty of having less stamina because I collapsed, I also received a lot of gifts. I think people were just sending me food, which is nice, but also my inventory is so cluttered and I don't eat, and it's really getting hard for me with all this food, you know? After that, I spent time submitting ingredients for a quest, which was basically part of the exploration of this new area. You're supposed to, find all the flowers and in the beginning of our gameplay, I also left some fishes for the cats and I wanted to check if any of them ate it. But usually you see like fish bones in the plate saying the cat has visited, but actually they were just empty, and it made me a bit sad. I tried to chase some cats like a crazy lady, yeah. That's how I burn my time, chasing the cats. Essentially, when I got back to the area where we finished last time, it was like 6 in the evening already, and I kind of knew I was already in trouble. But me not getting back in time was very real problem. But to be honest, as you can see, I spent too much time with the animals. I was trying to finish my gathering quest, but basically I ran around and the time started ticking on me again, and I didn't discover anything otherwise relevant or new, and I collapsed. And when I woke up in the morning, I found more food sent from the people. I submitted the quest when I woke up that morning. I submitted the quest and then basically decided that this might be the end from my gameplay. So here we are. people clearly know what I don't eat or feeling sorry for me, thinking that I collapse because I'm anemic or something. Basically, this was my entire gameplay because I decided that this was a good time to stop. You know, we opened a new area, we did a quest, and also this is me just trialing to film a gameplay through, which is very, very new for my channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!